As an IT professional, it is my task to protect the customer data of my company. Although you can never be perfect or complete about it, here are a few ideas that we have collected over time that I would like to share with you in this video. Hello and welcome to How to Protect Customer Data. Let's get to it. You may already have received many spam and phishing emails in your life. If you remember not to open them, you are already quite well informed. In this episode, I will tell you some basics on what they are, how to detect them, and how to deal with them. There are different types of annoying emails. We are covering 3 major species in this video: junk, scam, and phishing. Some names and terms are often used interchangeably, and you don't need to remember any of the specifics. More often than not, one message can be of multiple types, and the boundaries are not always distinct. There are many more types, but we're trying to nail the different degrees of danger involved here. And as they all come with different approaches, understanding the intentions behind them will help you to better deal with them. Here are examples of simple junk. This type of message does not contain any links or attachments. Though it sure is annoying to receive these emails, they are usually harmless. And here is the first key takeaway. Ask yourself if the message makes any sense. If you just won $2 million in the lottery, or a previously unknown uncle has died and left you an heritage out of the blue, something must be very odd. You may have heard that there is a whole business model in selling long lists of validated email addresses. The attacker's main intention is to learn whether yours is a valid one. They are randomly guessing and trying to send a message to millions of email addresses. If they do not get any non-delivery notification back, the address must be valid. Let's look into a much more dangerous specimen. We call it scam here. Their goal is to lure you into performing an action, mostly involving money. While there is a lot of variation, they often ask you to walk into the next shop and purchase gift vouchers from Google Play, Apple iTunes, or similar international companies with online stores. The tricky thing here is that they are often being sent in the name of an executive, a higher ranked manager, or any other internal colleague, creating a false sense of urgency and importance. More key takeaways here. Check the email address the message is coming from, especially the part after the @ sign. In most companies, the IT department is making sure that if it's coming from an internal email address, it's safe to assume the sender is legitimate. Number 3. If a message comes from a valid internal email address, but it still feels strange, then it might still be that the originator's account was broken into. This seamlessly brings us to the last and most dangerous type of attacks in this video, which is called a phishing attack. Very often, these come in the flavor of a faked voicemail message or a notification from a system you may or may not be using. Microsoft systems only being one example here, the variety and quality of these fake messages is stunning. The main purpose is to deliberately trap you into clicking a link where you are asked to type in your company password. If they happen to be successful at that, they now have everything to log into your corporate account using Outlook webmail or Microsoft Teams. Remember that they already have your email address because they have managed to send you a message already in the first place. In the first few hours, they would usually try to study your regular behavior and figure out how to make money out of it. If this still seems harmless, please consider the following. We have seen intruders manage to get hold of the username and password from someone in accounting using this method, and they tried to send payment requests to the banking company. All of that having studied how the relevant processes work by reading previous email conversations in the person's inbox. Luckily, a second approval from the CFO is required here, which prevented further damage in this case. So, if you see such a message, just delete it. If you really have disclosed your password like that, this is unfortunate but not the end of the world. The only sensible way to deal with this afterwards is to stay calm and immediately call your IT department. There is no need to worry because it can happen to everyone, especially as the attackers are becoming better at this by the day. There is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of and there will be no punishment. It's quite the opposite. Your quick action helps to reduce the amount of damage an attacker can deal. The quicker you are, the better it is. IT will most probably shut down your account for a while and you will temporarily lose access to your data, but so does the attacker. Finally, you will be asked to change your password, and usually that's it. Okay, now you hopefully have a better understanding of the different levels of danger unwanted emails may contain. Following elements should be retained from this video. Number 1. The best thing you can do is to avoid reacting to such messages by just deleting them. Number 2. If you're uncertain, check the sender email address. If it's coming from your company's email domain, this is the part after the @ sign in the email address, it is probably safe. Number 3. If the email address is valid, but you feel someone internal is asking you for an unusual favor, reach out to them using another method of communication, ideally by calling them. If they do not know anything about it, it's best to reach out to your IT department. Number 4. Clicking on links can be dangerous, even more so if the target website asks you to provide your password. And number 5. If you happen to have supplied any login information, please immediately contact your IT department. The faster you do it, the less harm there is. Hopefully, this has made clear how sophisticated the spam industry has become, and that nobody is joking about how serious this can get. So, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye open. Goodbye for now.